Welcome back.
Hello, how's it going? Well, play some Long Dark, shall we? Where we left our heroes. We were currently over in Milton area, inside of a cave. We had a whole bunch of meat on us. And we were going to look for... We were currently in the midst of looking for the moose in the area, doing a little bit more exploring, and then we're going to figure out what we're going to keep here and what we're going to get out of here with. What are we going to keep? What are we going to walk away? And we'll eat crackers. Crackers, yummy. That. Now we're not going to spend too much more time here, but we are going to be kind of just getting out of here soon. Drop it. Okay. Thinking about it. Turn it down. I don't want it to be too terribly loud, but I don't want it to be fully silent either. Now let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, 15 of them. Survey local area. Let's see. Is it very, very cold or is it extremely cold? Let's find out. It's a little bit cold. Just gonna hang out here until it either leaves, clears up, wind goes away. We also were able to get to the very starting area of the campaign. We'll get all the way back there, which is cool. Doing things. Oh yeah, that's right. 2 hours. So the wind dies down a little bit. And died down a little bit, not much. Oh, it's coming from that. Never mind. I was about to freak out. No, we're good. Okay, that's a blizzard. I just saw it get really, really foggy. Yep. That's a blizzard. Oh, good thing we're already in the cave. Yay, blizzards. Throw that here. Throw those here. Do I need those anymore? Which start replacing some of my arrows. extra items that are not required for survival right now. Pry bar. What did I put in here? Couldn't remember. Ah, okay. Just food items. Unneeded food items. Oh, let's read. Research for 3 hours. For 2 hours. Yeah, focus when you're thirsty. Search. 1 more hour. Yeah, that's away. It's away. Put that over here. Okay, that is going away. Nighttime. Haven't exactly done anything. Well, it's about to be nighttime. I'm just gonna go this way. Since the wind is gone. It looks like, for the most part, the wind goes in the same direction all the time. I take this opportunity to check out that rope, look down it, see if there's anything down there. Maybe I could see a moose down there. And if there is a moose down there, I don't know. But, you know, trying to be thorough. I mean, that's the key, be thorough. We're probably not going to be able to climb down the rope. Definitely not. But hopefully I can get a nice angle on the rope. Be able to look down. I don't feel as tired today, which is good. Means that I slept through the night. No, we'll do that later. We'll do that later. We'll mark territory later. I'm more concerned about it's about to get nighttime. Should really be thinking about it. Getting out to my objective and then coming back. Or nighttime. We did kill a bear last stream. Last stream of this game, we killed a bear. We harvested it, we cooked it up. That's why I had to drop all that meat at the very beginning of the stream. Okay, going this way. Good. check this. Yes, I did. Okay, there's the tree that marks where the beginning is of where the moose will show up. Now, if the moose is kind of at the lake or something, great. If he's not, then we'll look down the rope. Maybe we'll see him. Hope is that we do. Then we'll know that we have a moose here that we can attack. Oh, no, there he is. Okay, moose is here. There's the moose. Okay, tomorrow morning we're gonna figure out how to take him out. Since he's here, let's see what's gonna be involved in taking out a moose. That's gonna suck. Up here. We also burned a bunch of energy, so we're going to probably be able to sleep a little bit longer. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to get bleeding from the moose. That is the question. That is the thing that I'm wondering is, will I get bleeds from the moose? Yeah, I need to get the gun for the moose. Because right now I just need to know how many shots it requires to be able to take out a moose. Also, I'm not quite sure how fast the moose is. It could be really, really fast, or it could charge at me about the same speed as a deer, which would be fine. I mean, a deer doesn't run really that fast. My worry is that he's as fast as a bear, because the bear runs really, really fast. They do say that a moose is a combination of a bear and a deer, so they might be halfway in between. Got to make water soon. Kind of low here. Nice to see the moose. How much longer do you have? 17? Dear God. Oh, that's a ways away. Saplings are done now. Okay. Let's just wait. Get our energy to go a little bit lower here. Water. I'm dehydrated when we wake up. And sleep. And then go track down that moose. Because we only need one to be able to make the satchel, so that we can carry more. which means we're not going to get encumbered as often. Overcumbered, uncumbered. Okay.
I need to drop something.
Duration 27 minutes. Grab one of these. I just want to make it enough. I just want to make enough fire to be able to make a little bit of water. But we're gonna have to go and get. We're gonna have to go and track down some cedar and some. Gonna have to track down cedar and all that. Meters. Nice. Okay, we're good. Eat. Drink. Grab some meat. What's our weight at right now? 36. What am I carrying and what can I get rid of? I got 9 of those. I got 4 cloth, so let's drop off some more stuff. Okay, drop off 4 of them. I only have 5. Drop off all of this. Drop off these. I got another one of these. Got like right here. Anything else? Of that. Pry bar I don't need. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, down to 33, which is way better than it was before. And the wind changed direction, that's fine. I think that might be a deer freaking out. Probably a deer freaking out. Okay. Let's check bullets here. 6. 6 bullets. We have 6 bullets to our name. When I've been told it might take 2 to 3 shots to take down a moose. So I'm prepared for it taking 3 shots. That is what I'm prepared for. Okay, here we go. We're at full health. Everything else is full. We do have the supplies needed. Enough water in here. A little bit of supplies. Good. I also have enough cedar to be able to use the coal that's in the cave that we're living in. So that's an option also. What is this? Those weird sounds. Okay. Let's find this moose. See how he reacts. See how he reacts to being shot at. Out. Okay. Once I know how many shots is required, then I gotta figure out how to be able to take him out with a bow. Because that's supposed to be a possibility. Listening for all possible sounds. Okay, there he is. Wait for him to stop. Stop. Stop moving. Stop moving. Damn it! Ow! Ouch! Ow! Ow! Fuck. I missed. I missed my second shot. Broken ribs. Flexion. Okay. What's my health at? Broken ribs. Painkillers. Requires painkillers to get rid of. One or more of your ribs are broken, you cannot climb, your mobility is reduced until the injuries heal. 120 hours. Ouch. A 120 hours. Well, my health isn't completely gone, so. My problem was I took him on in, around trees, so he wasn't coming straight at me. It made things difficult. Got him, though. Sweet. Okay, we're now down a moose. Excuse me, game. I'd like to put my gun away, thank you. Okay, so we're now down. Well, we've got an affliction for a while, but we have the hide, which is what I was after. 39 kilograms of moose meat. 12 guts. Okay. Well, let's first off, let's harvest the hide. We got the hide, and we've got a ton of meat now. Oh, we've got bear meat and moose meat. I could probably make that in 2 shots if my aim was better and I chose a better spot to take him on. Because right here was a bad spot. I mean, I had several trees in my way. Yeah. So we're stuck here for 120 hours. Which isn't too bad. But still.
Feels like a lot of gear.
Fuck. Okay. Get out of here before a blizzard hits. Okay. How hard was it? Hey, Becca. It wasn't too difficult. I mean, I chose a bad spot for my first encounter with him. There was like 1 or 2 trees in between me and him. So he was weaving around. That makes it difficult. You really want to take him on, much like everything else, on flat, open ground, so that he's running straight at you. Because it only took me 2 shots, 2 direct shots. I hit him once from far away. He stomped my ass, but then he walked away. When he walked away, I took another shot because I noticed I had half health. He doesn't take much health away like the bear does. The bear will take almost all your health away in your encounter. The moose, on the other hand, will take like half your health, but he'll give you broken ribs, which means I can't climb out of here. I can't go down the rope or go up a rope until the broken ribs goes away. Which, to deal with broken ribs, you have to down like 4 painkillers. 4 painkillers.
With that hand until my wrist heals up.
4 painkillers and 120 hours of waiting. So yeah, I have to wait 120 hours to go by in game for it to go away. That's a long time. That's over a week. That's well over a week. So I'm stuck in Milton until that goes away. But we've got our first moose hide. We still have a ton of meat on him still. We haven't grabbed everything off of him. But that is up there now. And I'm not going to harvest him until I feel like I can eat it. I'm going to wait until I get through the bear and the wolf meat, and then I'll go up there and probably start harvesting it. It's probably not going to last long though. I'm going to have to harvest it eventually. God, the wind. The wind slows you down. I just need to get to my cave. Get to the cave, drop off the hide, and then just sit here and try and heal. It's an affliction that's much like dysentery. I mean, dysentery is pretty bad, but it is doable as long as you're prepared for it. My movement speed is nerfed due to it. Due to the affliction of broken ribs, my movement speed is by a certain percentage lowered. And we have to go the long way to get to him now, because I can't climb up this. Which isn't horrible. But it is time consuming. I may have to find a spot. I may have to find a spot up over there to kind of set up a fire. Because I do, yeah, there is a cave over there. So I could go to that cave over there and start a fire and cook all that meat. That's horrible. I was expecting a gallbladder taken out yesterday. The doctor's checking on me. That's okay. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. For the most part, a lot of the people who are regulars, most don't show up at the very beginning of the stream, so it's not a big deal. I realize that for some in certain places, it's very early in the morning. Okay, so now we're back here. There's our bear hide. Now we're gonna drop our moose hide here. Let's see here. Here we go. 10 days. It takes 10 days for that. Holy crap, that thing is huge.
This gear's starting to slow me down.
That hide is enormous. Compared to the bear. Jesus. Okay, so let's see here. Well, first off, we need to eat. Got a whole bunch of coal in here, that's good. We just need to hang out for 120 hours. I'll let 120 hours go by. You cannot climb, your mobility is reduced until injuries heal. At least it doesn't say you can't, what can you make out of it? The things I can make out of it is two very, very cool things. One, moose hide cloak. It's a coat. It's a better coat. I currently have the bear skin coat, but this is the moose hide cloak. Then there's also the moose hide satchel, which is an extra backpack, which lightens the load of the weary traveler. It just increases my the amount that I can carry. Currently, right now, I can only carry 30. And it's probably lessened due to the fact that I have broken ribs. Probably lessened by 5 kilograms, which is not ideal, but it's something we can deal with. Okay, bandage. Ooh, bandage, okay. So it requires a bandage too. Good. 2 bandages. Okay. Now it's going to start counting down. Treatment. Bandage and 2 pills. Did I do another bandage? Bandage. More pills. Okay, check. Gotcha. Now the counter starts. Yeah, we just have to sit tight until... We have to sit tight, not do anything too reckless until it goes away. This is the part that probably gets a lot of people killed, is because they become impatient. They start doing reckless things when they have a huge thing like broken ribs or any other major injury. Currently right now, let's see. only just past noon, so what can I do to burn some time? I could probably go and get some wood. I'm kind of running low on wood right now. Yeah, let's do that. I'll find some wood. Start to get prepared for the possibility of a blizzard. Which, you know, right now, a blizzard wouldn't be so bad. It would, it would allow us to kind of just sit put, sit tight, wait for our injury to go away. Probably gonna go and get, yeah, I'm gonna go and get some probably reclaimed wood. What's our weight carry? Weight 2. Okay. Wait, what? Why is it ruined? Really? Why is it? Shit. It was not. It was just fine. It was at 70% the last time it was supposed to be 1% per. Well, crap. Okay. That's messed up. Okay. New plan. We're gonna have to make a new bedroll. Because it's gonna require 2 bear skins. Which we already have 1 from harvesting it, then we'll have another one from then we'll have another one from the bear we already killed. I have a feeling that that moose probably killed it. If that's the case, that's messed up. Okay. Make a new one. I feel part of it is probably my fault. Just stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Okay, get away from me. Okay, I need to pay attention. I got shocked because of. I got shocked due to my bedroll being destroyed, and I wasn't paying attention. I need to refocus. Okay, the bedroll is fine. We can make another one. Focus on the fact that there are wolves in the town again. Wolves are in the town. Yeesh. Okay. Refocus. Need refocus. Because my health is low. Is low. What's really important right now is getting my health back up, getting this healing going, and making that bed, and making my bedroll again. That's what's important right now. That is what's important right now. I gotta go and find where the workbench is. Which the workbench is over at the farmhouse. Wait, what? Rain rifts. Rain rifts. That's new. Okay, here. I'm going through a lot of these, aren't I? A lot of painkillers, and it's primarily my fault because I'm not paying attention right now. I need to refocus on what I'm doing here. need to get myself back in the game. Firwood. I need to make a fire here. Just think about this. Do I need to make a fire here? Probably not, because I'm indoors. I don't know why I thought that. Should have. I need to be cautious. I'm not being cautious right now. I need to be extremely cautious. Like, anything that touches me will kill me. What I need to do right now. So if I don't, it will kill me. I will run into a wolf all of a sudden, and all my health will be gone.
Not sure why I feel so tight.
So if it's 120 hours sleeping, if that's the case, then it's going to require 12 days of sleep. Okay, yeah, that's right. We can't sleep in a bedroll because it's currently destroyed. Sleep in bed. Sleep for 10 hours. It was at 120. We slept for 10. Yeah, it has to be sleeping. So that's 12 days. We're gonna have to go through 12 days. Okay. Some water. We have to find water. Okay. That is 95. Still have to make replace arrows. Eat that. Candy bars are not bait. Let's see here. Bedroll. Okay, I need 6 cured gut. And I've got enough. I have enough bear hides. Those are not cured. That one is. Wait on those. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to sleep indoors for a while. Craft some more bandages because we need them. So we're down to 2. Now we're up to 4. Do one more. I'd like to keep at least 5 bandages on me at all times, just in case. Okay, I got 7 of those. I got 17 of these. I'm gonna actually drop some in here. 6 on us now. Okay. Forward, we got cedar wood. Here is fine. Have to get something to eat, which we have canned goods here. Probably just.
Something's gotta go.
I'll just eat. Now, let's see here. Currently, what's on us? Tool. Okay. Don't need you anymore. You're destroyed. Grab another one. Hunting knife is fine. Knife is fine. Okay. Cured black bear hide. I need to go and grab the other one and drop these here. I'm gonna look outside and see what kind of a situation we're in when it comes to weather. Is it currently a blizzard? If it's a blizzard, we're staying put. If it's not a blizzard, it's just heavy winds. Wolves. Doges. Listening for wolves. Completely forgot that the wolves, for some reason, when I first start the game, are very silent. They're extremely silent at the very beginning of my games. Usually how it goes is the wolves will bark, and then they'll run towards you. But if you happen to come around a corner, and they haven't seen you yet, it will just be a full-on sprint on you. There will be no warning. It will just be all of a sudden. Right now, the mission is get rid of the affliction that we have on us and remake our bearskin bedroll. That is our mission right now. I obviously spent way too much time in my bedroll. Because of that, it got destroyed. And now I have to use I have to now use the bearskin that I just got to replace my bedroll. Yeah, things can go downhill very quickly in this game if you're not careful. And I was not being careful at the very beginning of the stream. I was not being careful at all. Grab two of these. Okay, we have water right here. We're gonna have to get a whole bunch of water stocked up. Okay. Grab you. Any guts? Wait, is it fully fresh? Cured. It's not even cured yet. Okay. 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 It's unfortunate. Okay, so we're waiting for that to cure. So let's see here. I remember seeing a bedroll. Yeah, this is gonna be difficult. If we can only sleep indoors, that's gonna be difficult. Okay. Let's see. We have to wait for. Oh, currently we can't even sprint. We can sprint a little bit and then nope. Dead. I gotta find a regular bedroll. That's what I'm looking for right now. I've seen one when we've been around. It's in one of the houses. Just gotta find it. Excuse me? What I just need to do is find where the bedroll is. Let's It's not in Grandma's house. Damn it! You piece of... I don't need another affliction. Get away. One is enough. Okay, you jerk. Gotcha. Okay. Come on. Son of a... Really? Off of me, you damn dog. Okay, quick. I've got 2 bleeds on me. Go. Before we lose all of our health. Go. I'm having a bad day with these wolves. I really am. What is up with these wolves today? Why are they being so silent? Now I'm on low health again. Now I'm on low arrows too. No. You stay away. You're good. Bleed out. Come on. Think about this. Bedroll. Where have I seen a bedroll? Up there? A bedroll. Need to find a bedroll. I've seen a bedroll. I need to find one. Water. Grab it while I have it. Find the bedroll. The bedroll in one of these houses. One of these houses has a bedroll. Just need to find it. Low health. If we get attacked one more time, we're dead. We do have bait. Okay, the wolves are being absolute dicks right now, so careful. Way careful. I'm talking paranoid careful. Absolute 100% paranoid careful. Bedroll. I've seen a bedroll somewhere. Where have I seen a bedroll? And before it's a bedroll that's ruined. I've seen multiple bedrolls. I need to figure out where it is. We also have an arrow problem. Our arrows are getting really, really low. So we need to take care of that also. Shit. Who the hell is messaging me? Okay. I'll read that later. Bedroll. Also, stay in the open. Stay in the open. Bedroll. Where have I seen a bedroll? Seen a bedroll before. Okay, we're just gonna have to. We're gonna have to be methodical about this. Check in here. One house at a time. Not here. Not here. Yeah, of course. One time I don't bring my pry bar. Gotta remember, bank has a locked container to use the pry bar on. Right now, that is nowhere near as important as survival right now. There might be a bedroll over at the gas station. Yeah, there's probably one over at the gas station. Go in here. For possibility of the cloth bedroll, it's the one that you start out with. I just need it. I just need that bedroll just in case I get cabin fever. And that, just in case I get cabin fever, and the whatchamacallit, the bear hide isn't fully cured. We're waiting for a lot of things to cure. I made one little mistake and now we're in crisis mode. And that mistake was I didn't attack the moose on flat open ground. And now that I've got ribs, now that I got the broken ribs affliction, I can't sprint. So getting away from wolves is going to be a lot more difficult. I can't climb anything, so I can't leave. Can't leave the Milton area. I have to stay here. Box. At least we don't have to worry about food or water. Rack my brain to figure out where have I seen, because there was like two. I remember two in the area. While we were searching around, trying to find supplies, we found two of them. So there's two somewhere. We just need to find one of them. Trying to keep my head on a swivel here. Looking around for anything dangerous. There's possibly wolves over in that corner over there. I survived 12 days. Go up here. I'm gonna go up here. I have a feeling that there might be one up in here. Because I've seen a bedroll up here in the campaign, but, you know, that means nothing. Swear to God, if there's a wolf up here. There should never be a wolf up here. We just need to survive the day. And then when we sleep, we'll get some more health back. Which I'm definitely gonna do a bedroll. Knew there was one.
What have we here?
14. We're gonna have to repair that shit. We have a bedroll. It's not a great bedroll. At this point in time, anything's better than nothing. So this is gonna allow us to sleep in our cave. Granted, we're gonna have to make. Why are you puffing and puffing? It's making me nervous. This will allow us to sleep in our cave. Granted, it's not going to be as good as the bearskin bedroll because we're going to have to make a fire in our cave every single time we sleep in our cave. So getting wood in order to do that is going to be very important. I'm gonna make tea. I'm gonna make some herbal tea. I'm gonna make the so that I will get more benefits from sleeping, so that I can get more health back. You're over there. I need to go over here to that area to be able to get our arrows back. We're down to like 5 arrows. Those 5 arrows will not last long if we're using our arrows too much. Up, get up. Thank you. Stop it. Not with the, whatever you call that. The huffing and puffing, stop that. Making me nervous. Where are we going? Is there a dog over there? Okay, cave. Let's just go to the cave. We're gonna go up to the cave. We're gonna grab saplings. Cured saplings, and then we're going to make a trip to the farmhouse from the most exposed side of the farmhouse so we can see everything as we approach. So we don't get snuck up on. We don't get snuck up on by the wolf again. It's happened to us twice now. I'm just waiting, listening for movement. Okay, get inside. I am going to be using a lot of reclaimed wood. It's not the best, but it's better than nothing. Really, game? I dropped a whole bunch of reclaimed wood right here. Shoot. Really? You know what, game? You suck. You really, really suck right now.
Wonder if I can drop
Developers.
here.
Close your holes. Okay. just gonna break down more things. Because unfortunately we have to. The game's screwing us over a couple of times here. They even take it out to dinner first before screwing us over. Okay. Our book. Let's use the book.
Come on. Turned out pretty well.
Fuel. Water. Make water. A lot of water. Drink water. Drink water. Eat food. Because in order for our health to regen, we have to be at full everything. Because if at any time one of your things, what do you call them? Let's try over here, since there's plenty of stuff that I had dropped here and it's not gone. Just put that right there. Reclaim wood right there. This is nope. You can't put anything here, it will disappear. The farmhouse has something similar. Okay, so yeah, we're not putting water there. We're gonna put water here. Drop 5 liters here. Yay, emergency water.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
Gonna melt 5 more, then boil it. I have 10 liters in the house. Once it's boiled, then I'll go into herbal tea. We can gain as much of our health back while we sleep as we can. Then go upstairs and sleep. Ten hours. Go. That's 2 days. We need 10 more days of sleeping. 358 days. Coming up on 40 days more until we can get to day 400. And day 400, that's when we're going to have to start really moving forward on getting prepared to go up a mountain. Okay. Right now it's windy. I don't know if it's a full-on blizzard. Sounds like it though. How's our health? Full health. I feel better. Okay, so we're gonna grab 1, 2, 3.
Stuff will come in handy.
We're gonna grab 3 of them. And we're gonna have to go and track down where the workbench is. Yeah, let's see here. The only one I know about is currently in the barn over at the farmhouse. Not quite sure if there's another one here. Part of me wishes there was another one here, but I think it's probably the only one we have available. So, which means we're gonna have to take care of everything outdoors. Which the only way to do that is if we have a day where there's not a full-on blizzard going on outside. going outdoors. Temperature is... Temperature is... A little bit less. Okay, so wolves are no longer as much of a problem. They're still a problem, but they're not as much of a problem because we have full health now. We're gonna go back up to the cave. We're gonna drop off our bedroll. Right now, I'm not gonna concern myself about wasting the meat on the wolves, because right now, I'm more worried about my survival rather than food, because we have more than enough food right now. Don't need any more. I mean, we just took out a moose. That's 40 kilograms of meat up there, which we eventually gonna have to go and harvest and cook. But even if we don't get... I'm so bad at this game, what tips can you give? Well, right now we're kind of dealing with broken ribs in the game. And also, we just attacked a moose, so we're having to deal with all of the basics. Like, when it comes to this game, preparing for the worst is usually the best way to survive. So, like for instance, I always have a pile of wood that can last 2 days. So enough wood to where you can last for 2 days, so that even if you don't use it, it's there. Also having more than one base, so having multiple locations you can go to get supplies is also a smart thing to do. Currently right now I have 2 caches of supplies. 3 if you count the little cubby cave over up there. But I've got this cave, and I've also got Grandma's house from the campaign. I've got those 2 places that also all have, they have wood, they have water, they have medical supplies, they have cloth to repair and make bandages. I also always carry 5 bandages and 5 I always carry around 5 bandages and around five wound dressings to take care of bleeds and infections. Also, rose hips or painkillers. I would say when you're first starting out, always have at least 2 painkillers on you at all times, just in case, like, you get a sprained wrist. If you get a sprained wrist, you can't defend yourself. Even if you get into the struggle with a wolf, if you have a sprained wrist, your attacks, clicking, trying to stab the wolf, are less effective than if you don't have a sprained wrist. Also, carrying emergency stims. If you come across emergency stims, have at least 1 or 2 on you. Because the emergency stims, if you're on low health, you hit yourself with one of those, it gives you a certain degree of additional health to survive with. It kind of brings you out of the little blackened, daze that you find yourself when you're in low health. And it will give you an adrenaline rush to where you can sprint to safety. Another thing is always boil your water. That's one that I learned the hard way. Dysentery is no joke in this game, especially if you have any other afflictions. Also, always carry a bit of bait on you. It doesn't have to be much, it just has to be made of meat. Hey, the EMS, the word. Thank you for the follow. Also, if you, where was I? Oh yeah, baiting wolves. Baiting wolves only work when they see you and they're trying to attack you. So they'll get to a certain point and they'll just kind of slowly come at you. When that happens, you use drop bait. And what it will do is it will grab whatever the smallest meat item that you have in your inventory and drop it on the ground. You can't just go into your inventory and do this. That does not count. It has to be using this drop decoy. Once you do that, then back away from the bait, and you'll see his movement change. He'll just kind of go from a slow growl looking at you, going really slowly, to kind of like a happy little trot all the way over to the meat. That's when you can aim. That's when you can immediately aim at him with a gun or a bow and take him out. That's the only safe way to take out a wolf. The other option, if you don't have bait, is wait for him to get into that mode and draw your bow back. As soon as you go and aim, he will immediately rush you. Then you've got like 1 or 2 seconds to hit him either in the head. If you hit him in the head or the heart, it'll be a one-shot kill, he dies. If you don't, you'll end up with him attacking you, and you're having to click the button and try and get him away. Then you'll take damage, or your clothing will be destroyed, or stuff like that. Which reminds me, just checking my materials. Another thing that you should know about the game is everything has durability, and the lower the durability, the less effective it is, except for food. If it gets below, if it gets in the red, that means you have the risk of getting food poisoning. Clothing, on the other hand, that stuff can get really, really low, but once it gets below, I think 80%, it starts to lose its effectiveness as being protective, wind resistant, all that stuff. It becomes less effective to keeping you warm and dry. So you want to keep all your stuff at least close to 80% as you can, so you have at least full effectiveness of that stuff. Another thing is rose hips. Rose hips, any painkillers. If you're within a place you can sleep, it's much more effective to sleep for 4 hours than to use painkillers. Painkillers, once it's used, it's gone forever. Especially the pills. Rose hips are a lot more plentiful. They're all over the place, but even they run out. So if you need to take care of a sprained wrist or a sprained ankle, and it's not an emergency situation, it's just inconvenient, get to the nearest house, sleep for 4 hours, it goes away. But also about the same thing is being cold. If you're cold, don't start a fire. Unless you're outdoors and you can't get to somewhere where it's indoors, don't start a fire. Go find an indoor location like a house or a cave, and chances are, unless it's a full-on blizzard, you can usually sleep in a cave if it's not a full-on blizzard and be just fine. But if there is a blizzard, then you need an indoor location. But if you sleep in your bedroll, bearskin or cotton, doesn't really matter. If you sleep in your bedroll or in a bed, you'll heat yourself up just by sleeping, or just by laying in a bed and waiting. But you'll heat yourself up that way. What that does is it saves you using a match and also setting up a fire somewhere. Matches are worth their weight in gold in this game. So you really, 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 really don't want to have to use them unless you're going to do a lot. Like, for instance, when I'm trying to keep myself from using a lot of matches, what I'll do is I'll use one match and I'll get a ton of wood beforehand. I'll get a ton of wood, I'll light a match, and I'm usually doing that to be able to make either 10 or 15 liters of water, or cook a lot of meat. Like, I killed a bear or a deer. Yeah, it's like I killed a bear, I killed a deer, I killed a moose, and I need to have I'll usually have a fire that's 11 to 12 hours long, which is the max, or close to that, and I'll just make a ton of meat and a ton of water, so that one match gives me a ton of supplies. You don't want to make like 2 liters at a time per fire. That's just ridiculous. It gets out of hand really fast. Which also brings me to water. You can drop water on the ground. This is something that the game doesn't really tell you, but you can drop the water on the ground. It doesn't degrade, it doesn't get old, it doesn't get ruined, it doesn't disappear unless the world eats it, because there are certain areas that in the game that I don't know what happens, but it falls into the void and gone forever. I don't know. But when you're making water, you want to make a ton of water and have it somewhere where it's easily accessible. I've got a pile of water here. I've got a pile of water in Grandma's house. I got a pile of water in a small cave. I have multiple locations where there's water, so that I can, if I need to get to water, I can easily find it. In Milton area, it's not really a big deal. I mean, the toilets, it's kind of disgusting, but the toilets are a source of drinkable water in this game. It's water you don't have to boil. Kind of disgusting. But if you're in a urban area that have toilets, chances are there's going to be somewhere around 1 liter to 2 liters of water in the toilet. So if you're desperate for water, you can always go there. Also, when it comes to food, I would say getting yourself, at the very beginning of your run, you're probably going to be eating a lot of food you find. When you're scavenging around in all the houses, chances are that's what you're going to be eating first. As soon as you're able to, get yourself some snares, or be able to get a weapon to be able to shoot a deer, or get yourself fishing line to be able to go fishing, which I highly suggest fishing. It's a low risk food in this game. Every other thing requires giving up a resource to get, like arrows. You have to use up a durability on your arrows to be able, and your bow to be able to get to be able to shoot anything. Snares come with the risk of the snare being ruined, and rifles, you have to spend a bullet. Fishing, on the other hand, there's a risk of the line snapping, but other than that, I mean, if the line doesn't snap, you can just keep, the line stays at 100%, you just keep getting fish, and the fish have a very high calorie count. There's a lot of calories you can get from fishing, and also, it's not something you have to go and expend a bunch of energy to do. You just stand in one place. Hey, Michael Batman, how's it going? But I would always suggest fishing as a food source. Now, later on in the game, when you get to where I am, well, when you have the ability to defend yourself and the risk of getting killed by wolves is really low, they turn into a food source. But that only happens when you get rank 5 wilderness cooking, because you no longer have to deal with parasites, which wolf meat is comes with a parasite risk. That and bear. Bear gets a parasite risk also. Which parasites are a debuff. Since fishing line doesn't take damage from fishing, it's great to use for a bit of sewing first to save your actual sewing kits. Exactly. Yeah. But I'd say when it comes to this game, focus on survival over efficiency. When you're first starting out, focus on your survival before efficiency, and then once you get used to the survival part, then you start concentrating on efficiency, where you're sitting there going, okay, you know, how can I squeeze as much as I can out of my resources? Because there are going to be times where you're going to be desperate for water, or you're only able to get enough food. You know, you're only able to get like a little bit of food, but you need to cook it. You know, use a match. Chances are, if you're on the easier difficulties, I mean, you're gonna be swimming in matches. They're gonna just throw supplies at you. But as soon as you get into the higher difficulties, then you have to worry about things like efficiency. Like, okay, when am I using matches? How often am I using matches? You know, what am I using matches on? Do I need to use matches right now? Can I come up with a solution that doesn't involve me using matches right now? Stuff like that, you know? Okay, I need to figure out, I gotta get past these wolves. Oh, that works. Another cool thing about the wolves, if you see one who just attacked to kill, one, if you're quick enough, you can get the wolf killed and get what he just killed. If you can hit him. Okay, that was not enough to... Where are you? Okay. When you're dealing with wolves, again, flat ground, as flat as you can get it. No trees around, because how the AI on these wolves act is that if there's a tree, chances are they're gonna go and... They're gonna, like, try and go around that tree. There we go. Okay, where's my arrow? There it is. Okay. With a lot of the things that you're trying to kill, the best position that you want all the carnivores, the bears, the wolves, to be facing, you want them to be facing you. You want them to be pointed straight, because they're easier to hit that way. Yeah, they do sneak up on you. The wolves like to sneak up on you. They do. Gotcha. But yeah, when it comes to the wolves, there's two, and pretty much anything in the game, there's two places you can aim in order to take out a wolf or any other wildlife. There's here, which is where the heart is located, or the head. Now, for when it comes to things like the bear, it's only the head. Anywhere else will just get you killed. So that's why them facing you is so much better. Because their head and their heart are so close together, it makes a huge target. So even if you miss the head, you're gonna hit their right in the middle of their chest, and they die. So if you hit him in the back, they'll just get scared off like he was. If you get him in the foot, he'll get scared off. And also, a cool thing about the game is if your arrow sticks, or you see like a splat of blood, chances are you hit them and they're gonna run off and then bleed out. But you kill the bear with your heart, right? Currently right now, I'm on the difficulty of Stalker. Stalker is the second highest difficulty, and the way that this difficulty mode works, is that I get a tremendous number of wolves. I mean, the number of wolves I get is nowhere near as many as you're going to encounter in the other difficulties. Even Interloper, which is the highest difficulty. On the highest difficulty, you're rarely going to come across any wildlife. Because, you know, even the wolves are considered a resource. Okay. I'm just seeing what that wolf is doing. After hitting a wolf or scaring a wolf, they'll just kind of run around for a little while, and then they'll go back to whatever they're doing. Another thing in this game is that wind direction is important, especially when it comes to the carnivores. When it comes to the carnivores, wind direction is very important. If they see you, they'll start kind of slowly come towards you until they get close enough, and then they'll sprint. Really? Come on. There you go. He doesn't look like he's... Oh, he's bleeding out. That's why. There you go. Okay, now that we've cleared the area, now I can start replacing my arrows. The whole reason I came down here anyway. Because there's the workbench in here. And the temperature is just fine to be able to do this too. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's get ourselves refilled on arrows, because right now we're down to 4. Plus the arrow we currently have on us. There's another thing about the game. If you're outdoors long enough, you'll start having your equipment get wet. Percentage wet. Depending on what you're wearing, if it's fleece or cotton, the more wet your clothing gets, the less effective at keeping you warm it becomes. Same with frozen. If you're wearing wool, that's not a problem. Wool items are way better in the game than anything else. So I would say if you're going around looking for supplies and looking for clothing, wool. If it's made of wool or it looks like it's made of wool, take it. Cotton, it will usually say if it's made of cotton. It's like cotton this or fleece that. Go for wool. Wool above everything else. Unless it's hide. Hide is also really, really good. Okay, making arrows. I can make 3, which is fine.
Feels like night is coming.
Yeah, good thing we're right by a house where we can sleep, so... This farmhouse is gonna be just fine. Okay, we got wolf here. No, I'm not gonna risk it. I made 1 arrow, this is fine. What I'm about to do at the very beginning of your game is probably something you don't want to do. You probably want to go for the rabbit first, but at the beginning of your run, this is not an option, because wolf meat, you won't be able to eat much of it before getting parasites, so... But because, you know, again, rank 5 wilderness cooking, I can do this. Every single time I kill a wolf is more food. That's what it is. And I'm not gonna harvest all of it. I'm just gonna harvest most of it. Also, if you find yourself with a ton of wolf hides, I would say use the wolf hides to make the coat. The wolf skin coat is actually pretty good. Not as good as the Expedition Parka or the old-fashioned Parka. Those are actually really, really good. But if you need anything made of hide as a coat, you can't go wrong with the wolfskin coat. Because, well, if you've already killed enough of them and you've got the pelts, might as well. After you get the bear skin, after you get the wolf skin, then I would say you might be ready to take on a bear, and you have to kill 2 bears to be able to make the bear skin pelt. And the bear skin pelt is pretty good. I'm currently wearing it now, and I have not. And before the moose arrived, before we got the whole moose arrival, I'll just use this. I got the matches. I can do it. Before the moose arrived, the bearskin pelt was the best pelt you could get. Here. Use something to burn. I'm gonna use another one. Again, using the matches to light your way is just fine. You can do that at the very beginning of your run. Plus, Milton is kind of giving me so many additional supplies that I have no problem doing this. Because not only do I have a ton of matches on me, I've got like, I want to say like 400 matches right now. I also have just as many back at the Timberwolf Mountain area, so I'm drowning in matches, which is surprising to me for this kind of difficulty. Okay, let's see here. Let's do this. Take a torch. I mean, you're only aiming for 500 days, not 1,000 exactly. I'm only aiming to get to day 500.
Too much stuff to carry.
So, if you're planning on going way beyond day 500, then you're wanting to be extremely careful with the amount of supplies you're using, because there's a huge difference in between getting to day 500 and getting to day 1000. There's a huge difference. But with the interloper runs,
Anything right now.
I'm going to want to try and get past day 500. I'm going to see how far I can go, which I know is going to be extremely difficult. I don't think I've seen someone who has gotten past 500 on the highest difficulty. I may be wrong. Probably is someone who has done that. Okay, let's eat. Let's fill our stomachs. Wolves are not really filling. I mean, one wolf will probably get you through maybe 2 days of food. So it's not that good. But in a situation like this, it's better than nothing. Grab the torch. Another cool thing about torches and flares in this game can be used to light fires, and they'll usually light a fire a lot faster than a match. Let's see here, we're gonna sleep for 10 hours, try and get the broken ribs to go away. And we gotta go through 12 days, well, 12 sleep cycles to make it go away. That way. Keep that torch on us just in case. But yeah, Michael, you just missed us me taking out the moose. I took out the moose. We have a moose pelt now. It's currently curing. Granted, because I have broken ribs, getting the meat is going to be difficult to impossible. but because we can't climb anymore until it goes away, it is not permanent. So it's not permanent. We just have to wait, 120 hours. So we got 9 more nights to go. So it requires a bandage and it requires 3 bandages and 6 painkillers. I have to watch the replay when you're done. Yeah, it's at the very beginning of the stream, so you'll probably see me take it on within the very first hour of the stream. But yeah, from what I've noticed is that it says 2 and 4 at first. So when you first get the broken ribs, you spend 2 bandages and then 4 painkillers. And then after that, in order for it to get the little green check marks, you have to do another bandage and 2 more painkillers. So 6 painkillers in total and 3 bandages. That's what starts the recovery time. And holy crap, is it inconvenient. You don't get hit hard when it comes to health. You lose like half your health, which is whatever, that's a wolf attack. But it's the debuff. This broken ribs debuff is definitely making things difficult. Because 1, it slows you down. 2, you can't sprint until it goes away. So it's much like a... In fact, see that? I'm hitting sprint. Look at how much sprint it gives me. Literally none. It gives me no sprint whatsoever. Like, I can sprint. Kinda. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. But it's understandable. You got a broken rib. How in the world are you going to be able to sprint? Also, what I've noticed is that when you're just walking around, he's doing a lot of huffing and puffing. He's doing a lot of huffing and puffing. If you're just walking for too long, he'll start to... It's just like, fuck, man. Let's take all that. Yay! Potable water. Toilet water, yum. You can almost taste the flavor. Also, there are in this game you can make a base out of pretty much anything. I mean, I could make a base here, but some of the best bases in every single zone, there's always one building that has a fireplace and or a workbench. So there are very few bases that actually have both. So if you can find one that has an indoor fireplace and a bench, that'd be nice. I would have made a clip of the moose encounter if I would. I know, right? Which reminds me, I should probably change the whole Amazon link thing that I have him say every once in a while. I'm probably going to dial that back, mostly because it doesn't exactly work. Well, it doesn't work as they say it works, so I'm probably going to just kind of dial that back, probably make it to where it only does it every 2 hours, just to get it out of the way. We're currently waiting for the blizzard to go away. Which gives me another tip. If you can avoid it, don't be out in the blizzard. If you can avoid it, don't be out in a blizzard. If you have to be out in a blizzard, drink something hot or eat something hot to get the warming buff, and then go out. But make sure that you don't have to go a very long distance. Also, in the blizzard, especially when you're starting to run, spend the blizzard time effectively. So in other words, if you got books, research books, there are certain books that you can pick up to improve your abilities. Read something or repair your gear. or, you know, build something. Do something during the blizzard. Don't just do what I'm about to do and just pass time. I'm passing time because, well, my gear is in really good shape. I got most of my health. The workbench is outdoors, so I can't exactly build anything. So yeah. And most of my abilities are at nearly or at rank 5, so there's really no research for me to do. Here we go. Heck, make water. Even if you don't need the water, just make water. That you can do in the blizzard too. Organize your supplies. Count your supplies. Find out how much you have. What do you need? Get one more arrow I can make. And then we should be good on arrows for a while. Yes. How are we doing? 7 arrows. That's actually pretty good. 7 arrows is actually pretty good. But yeah. You don't want to be out in the snow during a blizzard. It's a very easy way to get hypothermia and then start losing health. And depending on how much health you have or what you've just recently dealt with, it can kill you. So don't do it. Also in this game, nighttime, all the temperatures drop. So you don't even want to be walking around at night. So you pretty much want to stick to daytime outside of blizzards as much as you can. There are going to be certain days where there won't be a blizzard and it will just be tremendously cold. If you have to be out in those kind of weathers, sticking to knowing which direction that the wind is going is important, because if you stick next to a cliff like this, you'll see the little shield. It means I'm shielded from the wind. This allows me to take a degree of the temperature off. In this game, there's a wind chill. So if you're out in the middle of everything with the wind hitting you, it's colder. If you go find yourself like a tree or a cliff and put yourself behind it, then you'll get the shield, which will raise the temperature you're feeling. It's one way to be able to get through windy weather if you need to get somewhere, without having to just wait for the wind to die down. Because in certain cases, the wind will probably never die down for several days. You're never going to get perfect weather. It's rare. And usually when I get perfect weather, I'll usually do something like gather wood, explore, do mark locations, stuff like that. Okay. Let's see here. And get back up to where my food is at, because my calories are at half. But yeah, I was about this morning. I wasn't expecting the moose to be where he was. He was right on the little lake up there, up above the what do you call it? The waterfall. I was gonna go check out that rope that we were talking about on Tuesday. I was gonna go check out that rope and look over the edge and see if I saw the moose down there. No, he was like right there. I was like, oh, hi, Wolf. Hi, Moose. How's it going? So I decided to try and take him out. Went back, got the rifle, Failed my first attempt, but I got one good shot on him. And then the second shot killed him. So, well, the second attempt killed him. And the whole reason we're in this this horrible situation of having broken ribs is because I decided to take on the moose in trees. Because he didn't come at me in a straight line, it made him extra difficult to be able to hit. And he got close enough to be able to stomp me into oblivion. That wasn't fun. Go. A little water. Another little tiny bit of advice. When it comes to caves and you're being chased by wolves, they can come in the cave. It's not like fishing huts or similar things where you can just come through the doorway and then they're all like, oh, I have no idea where he went. Caves, they'll come walking in. They don't care. You know, it's a cave is protection from the weather, not from wildlife. 49%, still got a ways to go. Drop the bedroll here. Drop that bedroll here. Okay. Probably drop some cloth here too. Drop all the cloth here. Yep. Okay. Cured bear hide. We're gonna drop the sapling here. Also, when it comes to supplies, you don't need to carry everything on you. I mean, there's certain things that you want to have on you, but if you don't plan on, like for instance, if you don't plan on doing any cutting of wood, you can drop your axe. You just drop your axe at one of your bases. Preferably the one that you are close to. You just drop your axe off. It's fine. It will be there when you come back. I kind of like dropping everything on the ground so I get a good idea of what is running low and what I need to get just by looking at it. I'm not the kind of person who's too terribly organized. I mean, I like to keep like all the wood together. Like to keep all the like cloth together or the branches together, but you're not gonna see me doing something like this. Like I need to line them up just perfectly. Perfectly. Not gonna do that. Don't have to worry about me doing that, something like crazy. I've heard from certain people that there have been people who do that. I'm not gonna do that. But I do like to have them in somewhat piles so that when I come back here, I'd be like, oh gee, I'm running low on water. I would do that. Well, if you got plenty of time waiting around, oh well, go with it. But I like to be able to just sit there and go, what am I running low on? And if this was my only base, I'd look at the water and go, oh, I only got 2 liters of water. I should really make a lot of water right now. I'm gonna repair up this this bedroll here. Gonna repair up the bedroll. This is our backup bedroll, so that if we need it, we have it. There we go. Let's see here. This, oddly enough, this is not as organized as the main base. The main base is a little bit organized. Granted, it's a much smaller space. The Timberwolf Mountain cabin is very, very small. It's a very small house. Not as big as the farmhouse in Pleasant Valley. the Pleasant Valley farmhouse is so much better. I'm just seeing that if I move these things, will they respawn? Just seeing if maybe there's like spawn points for these things, and that if there's one in the spawn point, they won't spawn, but if you move them out of that spawn, maybe they'll spawn again. I'm just seeing if I can just kind of farm some coal, maybe. Okay. Let's get back to Grandma's house. Grab some bear meat. Back to Grandma's house. Off to Grandma's house we go. Over the river and through the woods. Is that how it goes? Which in the campaign, technically, that's exactly what you did. You went through the woods and over the river, and to Grandma's house you went. So far, the broken ribs are not as bad as I was expecting, but still pretty bad. I was expecting a permanent health debuff, but broken ribs is just inconvenient, and it's inconvenient enough to where, you know, you can't sprint, you can't climb, and you get like 5 kilograms less maximum carrying weight. I'd say that's very inconvenient. It doesn't keep you from being able to go around and do things. They're over there. Are they by the house, though? Is the question. If that's the case, I'm gonna get my bow out. I'm just looking at the house to see if there's any uninvited, uninvited guests at the house. Ha ha! I see you. See him? And he's right there. He's gonna appear right there. Yep. Hi, jerk. Yeah. You. Ah. Moving back to flat ground here. See your friend? See your friend? Yeah, that's about to be you. Jerk. Come on. Come on. A little bit closer. There we go. Jerk. Jerk. Okay, he's got a blood trail. He might bleed out. That's another thing that you'll know about wildlife, is that if you see a blood trail, chances are you hit them just enough to where they'll bleed out. It's better for the arrow to be sticking in them, because if it's sticking in them while they run off, they'll bleed out faster. But this guy's eventually going to bleed out. But another thing about the arrows is that if they break, if you hear that snapping sound, like my arrow just did, if you hear the snapping sound, that means your arrow broke. And that it will just drop off whatever target it just hit. It'll just drop from where it just made impact, and then you can pick it up. Okay, so we're gonna sleep in here. Which, when it comes to your arrows, I mean, the arrowheads, you can always get back. When they break, you can always get your arrowheads back, and then you can use those same arrowheads to make new arrows. When you harvest an arrow, you only get the arrowhead. You get the arrowhead and 2 feathers. It requires 3 feathers to make an arrow. It requires 3 feathers, an arrowhead, and a arrow shaft. And each sapling makes 3 arrow shafts. So if you're going around and you see carcasses, grab the feathers. You get 3 feathers back from a non-broken arrow. Yeah. If you're looking to stretch your supplies, be efficient as possible, then if you see one that's about to break, immediately harvest it, and then you can just use an arrow shaft to replace it. Then you don't have to go and look for feathers. But I usually wait until they break and then replace the broken ones. I'm probably gonna not do that once I get up to the harder difficulty though. Because from what I hear, wildlife is a lot more rare, therefore carcasses are going to be much more rare, therefore feathers are going to be harder to find. So I probably want to hang on to as many feathers as I can. In fact, I'd probably want to go and post up near a carcass and just kind of farm it. Like if I find a deer carcass, I won't take everything off of it just so that the carcass will stay there for a while, and then I'll just gather feathers off of it. I'm not gonna be able to sleep for the entire 10 hours, but you woke up fully rested. And drink some water. Okay, that's just discoloration. What's over there? Okay, so eat something. I'll eat that. I'm gonna hang on to this one because, well, bait. Primarily, rabbit is the best bait. Cured guts if you're willing to walk around with a permanent 1 scent on you at all times, which I don't suggest doing. But fresh gut can be used as bait. Cured gut can't. So. Also, in this game, when it comes to harvesting animals, the only things that cause scent is fresh meat, so uncooked meat, carrying too much meat, carrying guts per gut. So if you have 2 guts, that's 2 scent. And fish, uncooked fish. Carrying too much meat, so carrying too much fish, carrying too much rabbit, a rabbit carcass, these all create scent. Things that don't create scent is the hides. So the fresh hides, they don't carry scent. So you can carry as many of those as you want. Granted, you don't want to be because you want to instead drop them indoors and let them cure. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna check my 74. We're doing fine on our gear right now. Rabbit skins, though. Probably gonna have to get some rabbit skins. So 2 hours. But yeah, once we get the broken ribs out of here, as soon as we get the broken ribs to go away, we're gonna be able to start planning on getting out of here. Trying to get back to our main base. Figuring out what we're going to bring with us, what supplies are we going to bring with us. Granted, we're going to bring all of our matches. I might leave a box or 2 here, but for the most part, most of the matches we found we're bringing with us. We're going to try and figure out how to get at least most of the tools. Not all the tools. Again, we're going to leave like a knife and an axe here, just in case we end up coming over here and we need the knife and axe because the one that we're bringing with us is getting destroyed, something like that. Plan ahead, because you never know if you're going to revisit a zone. So you want to have everything you don't want to take everything with you. You want to leave enough there to where it's already pretty much a starter kit. So it's like you have a campfire, you got a pile of wood, you got a little bit of water, a little bit of medical supplies, you know, stuff like that. It's like, let's see, still waiting for. That's a full-on blizzard going on right now outside. Hopefully it doesn't carry on until more during the day. Hopefully. Come on. Weather, please. If you wouldn't mind. 360 days. 17 hours. 58 minutes. We're nearly up to a year. We nearly survived a year. 5 more days and we get to up to 365. 366 if it's a leap year. Is this a leap year? I don't know. Is it a leap year in game? I don't know, guys. Happy Survivalversary! Yay! Right? For those of you who have not been here since the very beginning of this run, the beginning of this run started out very badly. Okay? The beginning of this run started out very, very badly. We started out our run with, we didn't have gloves, we didn't have a hat, we had a scarf, a cotton scarf, and we had dress shoes. That's what we started out with. When we started in Mystery Lake, which on this difficulty you can choose where you start. We started in Mystery Lake, and we found like upwards to 40 bullets. We had 40 bullets. We didn't find a single rifle. We found a bow, no arrow. We had no means to defend ourselves. I mean, it took forever just to find ourselves a pry bar and an axe. So it was pretty rough at the very beginning. But 3 days in, after we completely scoured Mystery Lake, we just went, okay, that's it. Let's get out of here. We decided to go to Pleasant Valley. On the way to Pleasant Valley, we found a gun. And at that point, we had more than enough bullets and a rifle to shoot them that it was pretty much, we were set. It still took me about 80 in-game days to find gloves. And the only way we were able to find gloves was by making the rabbit skin mitts. We had to make gloves. In the game, you can find gloves. I mean, the leather gauntlets are pretty good. The ski gloves are really good. But we had to wear just any gloves we could find, and it happened to be leather working gloves. Apparently that was, in this game, it was enough to stave off frostbite. It was a pain in the ass. We still got a blizzard going on from now. Go away. Oh, sweet. Okay, we're good. But if I were to suggest it to anybody, when they're starting their run, where do you think I should start? Mystery Lake or Milton? So Mountain Town. So either Mountain Town or Mystery Lake. These are two very good spots to start. They have enough houses to where you can find supplies just lying around. Plus, Mystery Lake is nice because they've got the dam. The dam is really nice to find supplies too. It's also got the Trapper's House, which gives you a higher chance of getting a rifle from there. There's actually 2 places you can get a rifle, almost guaranteed. It's the dam. The dam, you can find one if you're lucky. But the lookout, which is in the center of the map, and the Trapper's House. So there's like 2, maybe 3 places you can find a rifle. There's also a ton of bullets, a ton of winter clothing. there are certain zones that are much more difficult to find weather gear. So it just makes it that much more of a problem. I've heard that people have a very easy time in Timberwolf Mountain when you're first starting out, but that area only is an option if you can find a hacksaw, because all the supplies are locked in containers that you have to hack open. Yeah. Also behind the Lonely Lake Cabin on one of the trails southwest of the lake. Yeah. Yeah, it's the one that's furthest away. Behind it. It's like just right outside of it. Usually there's a corpse there. And he's usually has a gun right next to him. But yeah, those two places are very, very nice starter zones. A close third would probably be Coastal Highway. Coastal Highway is a good starting zone because it's got plenty of buildings and it's got a lot of flat ground. I do like spending my first 100 days in Pleasant Valley, but Pleasant Valley is now a really good starter zone because there's very few houses, a lot of flat ground, so keeping yourself out of the wind is difficult. And from what I've been told, there's a lot of blizzards that happen in Pleasant Valley. So yeah. I would say once you get to the point where you have at least a bit of winter gear, then you can go to Pleasant Valley. Because once you have winter gear, Pleasant Valley is nice because of all the flat ground so that you can see wolves from very far away. It allows you to kind of judge if you want to take on the wolves or not, or avoid them. Let's see here. We'll let ourselves get down to half stomach full before we start eating anything. Okay, let's see here. I'm just kind of trying to burn time here because I need this broken ribs to go away. Because I've gotten to the point where I've pretty much seen everything, and I'm just getting ready to get my supplies together and then getting out of here. I'm probably gonna leave using that rope. There's a rope that we found that we think goes to Forlorn Mustang, but we're not 100% sure. So I want to wait until I get this broken ribs out of here so I can actually climb down it and be able to climb back up. Hey, look, rabbit. Rabbit! Rabbit freak out. Rabbit freak out. And if it is going to Forlorn Mustang, then that means just straight down. We don't have to come back up. If we do have to come back up, then that's gonna be interesting. There is a cave down there, so if we have to, we can go back up the rope, sleep in the cave, and then go back up again. Okay, how are we doing? 56. We still got that to finish curing, and this. So if within 7 days, those haven't finished curing, which they should finish curing here soon, well before we get the broken ribs gotten rid of. We're gonna have to replace our bearskin bedroll, and we're gonna make the satchel so we can carry more, so we can take more out of here. I think we're probably gonna lose. I think we're gonna miss out on all that meat because, well, the moose meat is nice, but we don't plan on sitting here very long. And if we if we spend the time to harvest it and cook it, chances are we're never gonna eat it fast enough. We still got that bear meat we have to go through, so we're just gonna have to leave that there. That's why I was hoping that I would have taken out the moose in Timberwolf Mountain area, because at least there, that's where we're going to be spending most of our time anyway. Okay, we're at noon right now. What can I be doing right now? Yeah, let's get wood. I'm gonna search for wood. I mean, I planned on finding wood before, but the whole 2 wolves attacking me and my arrows being almost gone and being at low health kind of just threw that into the trash right there. So we had to. There will be times where you're playing this game where you have a plan and all of a sudden things happen, and you have to immediately change what you're doing. Because, I mean, there are just going to be times where you're going to just be... Where's the hatchet? That's right, we left it in here. There are going to be times where you're going to be planning on doing something, and then all of a sudden you get attacked several times in a row. You're at low health. You've got a whole bunch of bleeds. You're out of bandages, and you have to recoup all your resources and heal yourself up. And that could easily be 2 to 3 days of just getting yourself back to where you were. It's pretty much these afflictions are just like guaranteed tangents. Let's grab that one. Which is good. I mean, it keeps you busy. No plan survives first contact with the enemy. The enemy in this game is the weather, the wildlife, hunger and thirst and exhaustion, yes. When it comes to this game, do not be concerned about progress. Don't be concerned about, oh, I gotta get this done today. What should be your concern? Your concern should be on trying to stay alive. If you see that your hydration is low and you don't have water, water takes priority. If you see that your food, your calories, your hunger is getting too low, food is your priority. No matter what your plan was before, if one of those things are a problem, that is now your priority. If you're getting cold, or a blizzard's on its way, doesn't matter what your plan was at the time, it is now changed. There have been times where I'd be like, man, I need to stock up on food, or I need to find like winter clothing or stuff like that. As soon as a blizzard comes in, I'm immediately like, okay, never mind. That's no longer an option. Right now, we need to find shelter. Blizzard's coming. Time to get sheltered. Because it's amazing how quickly things just kind of pivot in this game. Like, there have been times where I will, every once in a while, look at my gear and see what condition it's at, and I'll see pieces of my gear as getting pretty low. And I'm like, okay, change the plans. Now we have to go and find materials to repair our gear. Let's craft that. Go. Eat some bear meat, get some water. Well, yeah, if you've... For a lot of people that I've met, it's like they ran out of stuff to do. It's mostly because, well, they probably like died too many times and they got frustrated, which is understandable. I mean, this is the game where it's all about planning ahead, and if you find yourself dying a lot, chances are you either took a risk when you didn't need to, or you found yourself running out of supplies or run out of a supply and not have the means to be able to replace it. I could see someone dying because they ran out of water and they forgot to go and replace it, and now they're stuck indoors with a blizzard going on, low health, and the inability to go out and get wood to be able to make water. They need a Christmas update that lets us make snowmen to pass the time. Yes! I would love to be able to put up snowmen all over the place. In fact, what I'd probably do is I'd probably make a bunch of snowmen and make it look like there's an army outside of my base. Like, I've made an army! We shall attack at dawn! Ah. Like, this is my army. Ah, you subscribe to the Calvin School of Snowman Making. Yes, I do. Yes. Make a bunch of snowmen and make an army. Take over the world. Ah, Calvin and Hobbes. That comic. I grew up on that comic. It's great. That and Garfield. Huge fan of Garfield. Oh, there's a blizzard. In fact, in this game, probably you're going to be spending more time, probably at the very beginning, preparing for the blizzard. So, a blizzard, when you're first starting your run, is the biggest danger. So, having the supplies prepared for a blizzard is like your number one priority at the very beginning. Is just having the supplies on hand to survive the blizzard. So having enough food, having enough wood, having enough water, having the shelter required to be able to survive the blizzard. These are all very important things because you don't know how long the blizzard's going to last. It could last just all night. It could last all morning. It could last a couple hours. You don't know. So you want to prepare yourself for the possibility that you're going to be stuck indoors for 2 days, at least. Because what has happened before, and I've been in this situation, because RNG likes to screw with me, what will happen is you'll get 1 day of a blizzard, the night won't have a blizzard, so you sleep through the night, and then next morning, another blizzard. That has happened to me before. It's not fun. And usually, if I find myself low on supplies for something, I'll have to make something hot, drink it, and then go out at night and look for wood to replenish my wood in order to be able to survive the next day. That's only if you know the possibility that you're running low on wood and that you need any amount of time that you can get. Really bad. Here's hoping that tomorrow is going to be... Use this, take it. I'm going to put it right back here. Okay. Sleep. The temperature looks pretty good right now. If I was way back here and it was giving 1 arrow down, that means the blizzard is so cold out there that it's the temperature benefit that you're getting from your bedroll and the cave is not enough. So at that point, I would have to make a fire and then sleep. If you don't want to sleep and you just want to test, you know, let's say you're not quite sure if the temperature is going to all of a sudden drop. What you can do is you can put the bedroll down, the cotton bedroll, or the bearskin bedroll, depending on, you know, what you're using. You can just, rather than sleep, do wait. It will wait. What you'll do is you'll wait in the bedroll, so you get the heating buff from the bedroll, and be able to see. You'll just wait in there for like an hour, and you'll see if your body temperature goes down. And if it does go down, then you just immediately stop. You hit escape. It'll stop the wait time, and you'll get up, make a fire, have it be long enough to be able to get through your night's sleep, and then that will give you a way to survive through a blizzard in a cave. If you're indoors, you don't have to worry about it much because you'll be sleeping in a bed. But it's a way around it. Because I've lost half my health once because I had slept in a cave in a bedroll, and it was so cold from the blizzard that I was actually suffering from hypothermia when I woke up. It was pretty bad. It was a very, very cold night. Let's just wait a little bit longer. I just need enough light to be able to see what I'm doing while I'm walking around my cave. Running low on water, but I got water at Grandma's house. So in fact, I'm gonna leave the bedroll here. You here. Wait. Check my hides. Okay, you're at 63%. You're at 48%. Let's check here. 5 more days. 6 more days to be exact, but 5 or 6 more days, and then we'll get this debuff off of us. Need some water. Get ourselves back to Grandma's house, get some water in us. Restock on water. I love the look of the game. I mean, the look of this game feels like a oil painting, you know? But in the case of paintings, these are not happy little trees. Bob Ross did not make these trees. These are trees of pain and suffering. These are horrible, horrible trees. They're looking to kill us at every turn. Yeah, you're getting thirsty. One thing you'll notice when you're playing this game is the main player, the character you play, complains a lot. Complains quite often. He's like, I'm cold. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. I'm tired. Granted, it definitely tells you when you're getting low on a particular thing. But man, does it get annoying. Complainer McWhiny face, exactly. It's just like I get it, you're cold. Suck it up. You'll even complain when you're carrying too much. Like, man, I can't carry anymore. It's like, you're gonna. You're gonna carry more, and you're gonna like it. I'd like to know how much more I can carry with this new pack. Wonder how much more. It probably is just going to give us like 5 kilograms more carry weight. That's what I'm prepared for. It's like 5 kilograms of carry weight. Yay! I'm going to put into this little disappear area. Yeah, plus 5 kilograms. Yeah, figured. Well, plus 5 kilograms is better than nothing. Nothing to, you know, celebrate over. It's only 5 kilograms, but, you know, better than nothing. I would like, I was just thinking about, what I'd like them to add is maybe like organizational aids that you can create. Like for instance, being able to drop a container. Make yourself like a first aid pack and drop it in a corner. I would love to be able to do that. Much like the bedroll, but it's a container you can make and drop somewhere. So you can have all your first aid supplies in a pouch that you can pick up and bring it with you, or drop somewhere. That would be awesome. Because then you'd be sitting there going, oh man, I need my first aid. And you can either do this, or if you want a little degree of realism, you go into your inventory, you find the first aid pack, you drop it, and go through it like that. Plus, it would allow you to keep like the little first aid kits that you see on the walls. Something like that you can just drop somewhere in like a cave somewhere. It's like, there's where all my first aid is. It's not needed, but I just think that would be cool. A little realism flavor. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, the snow shelter. Yeah, the snow shelter is something that maybe on easier difficulties is definitely worth, but on harder difficulties, when you're trying to go to 500 days, it's a waste of cloth. It really is. It's just a waste of cloth, and it degrades over time. It's not like it degrades per use. It does degrade per use, but also degrades over time. So the longer it is up, the less supplies you'll get back from it until it's completely ruined, and then you can't get anything back from it. It's gone forever. So you'll like spend what? Like, I think it's like, how many? Yeah, 5 cloth. 5 cloth may not seem like much, but 1 cloth for a lot of your gear is enough to repair it up to full. Especially when your repair skill is really, really high like mine. It's just like, that's 20% condition regained from 1 cloth. Later on in the game, when you're trying to find cloth, which, I mean, if you're in a place where there's a lot of curtains, one, to be able to get the curtains off this wall, I have to use my hunting knife, and God, for some reason, the amount of percentage I lose from my hunting knife by ripping up these curtains is tremendous. It's like 5%. 5% per use on curtains. I mean, that's pretty bad, and it's only for 3 cloth. It's like, no. Yeah, no. But that's my complaint. So yeah, it's making a snow shelter is for emergencies only, not for long-term survival. It's not like you could just place that thing anywhere and this is now my base. It's like, no, that thing will be gone in probably like 10 days. Let's see here. I thought I saw. You saw the Bit Boss do something, right? Not like losing it or anything, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Let's see. Let's see. We need to get through more days, so we need to speed up time, but yeah, wood. Wood. Grab more wood. We don't need more wood here because we got plenty of reclaimed wood. We want to put some more wood up in the cave. Because reclaimed wood is also useful for making snares. Which, you know, if you get a ruined snare, you can always harvest it and get your one reclaimed wood back, so it's not a big deal. But I'm talking about you drop a snare and then you forget where it's located. That could be a problem. So let's get some feathers too. And we're gonna go down there. That's where some wood is, down by the farmhouse. There's hot feathers here. It's supposed to be like 3 or 4. But you have to wait another day for the feathers to respawn. Wow, 2? Are we only getting 2? Why are you holding out on me? Oh, wait. I see one. Maybe? Nope. That's a stone. Well, that's unfortunate. We only got 2 feathers off of that one. One thing I have been, since my financial situation is starting to improve, I'm thinking about sometime in the future here, as soon as I can get my hands on a license for Premiere Pro. It's a video editing software. I'm thinking about possibly uploading videos on survival equipment. Because I probably start out with things that I know, and then I'll start doing research on other survival equipment. That's what I'm thinking about doing. It's like buy some piece of survival equipment and then kind of outline how to use it. I'm thinking about doing that. Because not many people know this, but when I was younger, I used to be a Boy Scout. Yes, probably why I know so much about survival, but I probably start out with things like what I learned in Boy Scouts, like survival techniques and how to build shelters, and tying certain knots or stuff like that. I don't know if that would be useful for certain people, but it would be nice to kind of refresh myself on that kind of stuff, because it's been a while. But that's kind of plans I'm thinking about. I kind of just want to ride the whole survival game, survival wilderness kind of a deal. Oh, we got a lot of feathers here. So many feathers. Really don't have to worry about feathers for a while. Yeah, that's nice. One thing you should know about all my plans is that they're nothing but ideas until I get the means to do it. It's something I constantly think about, especially with the channel. Constantly try to figure out what can I do to add to the channel. Give it a degree of uniqueness, but also something that you guys would probably either enjoy, get a kick out of, stuff like that. But in the end, this is just a hobby. yet it's a hobby that I spend a lot of time thinking about. I've been asked before, it's like, would you ever plan on going full-time? And right now, that's too soon. That's way too soon. Unless all of a sudden, overnight, I felt like I could make a living off of this. Probably not. Okay. I got planks here. A little bit of metal, cardboard boxes for tinder, which we don't need. I really wish this was a forge. That would be awesome if that was a forge, but it's not. I'm gonna check the mailbox. You never know. Sometimes I feel like there should be something inside the mailboxes. Like open it. I actually have seen, in some of these mailboxes, I've seen newspapers. Marker. How much wood are we carrying right now? 6. Probably use a little bit more than that. Not much more, because then we're gonna have difficulty carrying it. Probably go over here. Okay. Okay. There's a branch right over there, so I'm gonna grab that one. Fir would be better, because cedar is nice. It's very plentiful. It's like everywhere. Fir lasts a lot longer. I think it's like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours per fir. But it's technically harder to light. Not much harder, but harder to light. Okay, so we got like 12 or 9? No, 9. 9 cedar on us. But yeah, when it comes to survival in this game, you'll probably spend most of your time near urban areas or houses when you first start out. And then as you get later on in the game and you get more and more equipped, towns become more of like deserts. There's a lot of lack of supplies available. Like for instance, I have to, because of the town here, I have to go very far out into the woods just to find wood. You know, unless you go and get reclaimed wood, which you can quickly run out of reclaimed wood if you're not careful. It's not a renewable resource. The reclaimed wood will keep you going for a little while, but eventually you're going to have to start going further and further out to find supplies. Also, when it comes to towns like this, there's not many deer that show up in here. There's not a lot of fishing near one of these towns. In fact, from what I've found so far, just by walking around, there doesn't seem to be any fishing spots in the entire region of Mountain Town, which is definitely a problem. It's like easy food, but if it's not an option, it kind of makes things a little bit difficult. Okay, we're gonna go back up here. Get back up to the cave, drop off the wood that we just got. It should give us about, I would say, probably 1 day's worth of fire, if we need it. So if I wanted to get 2 days worth, I'd probably have to do this trip again. A little water here. But later on in the game, you really don't want to have a fire going while you're sleeping. Every hour of burn time is precious. So you want to be using it to cook things or make water. It's not a very efficient use of fire, well, campfire, when you're just using it to warm yourself. Not very efficient. There's a branch up here. Grab this branch. It's fur. Nice. Okay, now we're looking pretty good. Now we definitely have 1 day's worth of fire. It's a nice day too, which is awesome. Might be able to go out again and try to find some more. Okay, I'm gonna drop all the firewood right here. There we go. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of wood right there. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, let's grab some food. So I don't accidentally eat the last of. Grab one of these and one of these. That's fine. I like carrying enough food on me to where I can go through an entire 24 hours before I need to go and find more food. So that if I'm out and about and I have to duck into the nearest shelter for a night, I can, and still have enough calories left over to be able to make it back to where my food is located. And how you know if you have enough calories to be able to have an entire 24 hours worth of food on you is it's somewhere around 2,500 calories. 2,500 calories is an entire stomach full, which is usually like a full 24 hours of calories. And that's if you're just kind of doing light work, where you're not doing a lot of sprinting, you're not doing a lot of, going up and down hills. That's usually what it means. If I'm just standing here, I'm just burning probably 60 to 100 calories just standing here. As soon as I start moving, it goes up to 100. If I go up hills, it goes a little bit higher. And you can usually tell just by the arrows. Like for instance, you can see I'm on relatively flat ground. moving. So you see it's like one arrow, but as soon as I go up like a hill, you'll see it flicker to 2. The higher the grade, the more calories you're burning. And I do believe this also counts as downhill too. So if you're going downhill, which makes sense in real life, that's pretty much how it works. Like if you're exerting yourself, of course you're going to burn calories faster. So if you're looking to try and squeeze out as many calories as you can, you probably want to stick to mostly flat ground. But in many cases, I have rarely had to be in that kind of a situation where I have to avoid going up hills. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. We've still got a little bit time left in the stream, so I hope to have you stick around. I will be right back. Quick bathroom break. Be right back. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh, man. Whew. All right. Let's see here. So, here we find ourselves currently with broken ribs. Okay, here we find ourselves with broken ribs. We've got 57 more hours to get through of sleeping in order for it to go away. I'm trying this on my phone now. You're trying the being in the chat room on your phone? Is that what you're doing? Okay, let's see here. Check our gear. Oh, watching Twitch and chatting? Yeah. Yeah, there's certain things, from what I've been told from people at Twitch, is that they do plan on adding the capability. They do plan on adding the capability of having the extensions. So my schedule, the overlay, being capable on mobile devices. They just haven't done it yet. I mean, I'm surprised that they don't have the events tab available on the mobile device, because that's where it automatically changes the times to your local time zone. You know, it allows me to set my times on my time zone, and then it just automatically converts it to people no matter where you're located. I'm surprised that they don't have that already on the mobile app, because the schedule thing is based off of the events tab, and the events tab has always been there for quite a while actually. And it's always kind of automatically changed the times for people. But the schedule is it's an extension that you can create that allows your schedule, your events, to show up as a schedule below your stream, and that only shows up on the desktop. So that's why I have the schedule and also the stream times, because the stream times graphic that I made shows up on mobile devices, but the schedule does not. But I have both of them just in case if you're on a mobile device, you still be able to kind of do the math in your head and be like, okay, he's in US Mountain Time, so carry the 2, stuff like that, you know? Let's see here, nearly through the day. Okay. Probably want to, yeah, I'll just wait. Can't sprint. Can barely sprint. Okay, so let's see here. Let's just do some wait time then. I wanted to move back here just so that I didn't get freezing, because if you're by the entrance to the cave, it gets colder as you get to the entrance. The further back you are, the warmer it is.
It's like something is sapping my energy.
Oh, that's the point. I want it to sap my energy. Okay. You know what? I'm going to refill this cave with water. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this opportunity to make some water. Restock. I'm going to make 10 liters. This should get me into nighttime and get my energy to be low enough to where I can sleep for 10 hours.
Turned out pretty well.
And fuel. Got the torch here. Okay, so first 5 liters. Then I'll do another 5 liters. And then depending on how much duration we have left, I will put some more fire, put some more wood on the fire. Okay. Grab a little cedar. Add 10 liters. 10 liters of water. This should solve our water problem for a while. At least in this cave. We got water elsewhere. Drop 9 of it right here. We have 2 liters on us. And 9 liters there.
Too tired to think straight.
Yeah. That's right. Bedroll. Sleep for 10 hours. It's fine. Just listening for blizzard. No blizzard, good. 362 days, 18 hours. Oh. Okay, never mind. Blizzard, enter stage right. Shoot. Okay. That's unfortunate. But we got water. We got shelter. We got wood. Doesn't look like it's a blizzard, actually. Okay, it's just windy. Never mind. False alarm. Yep, just windy. Yeah, all I saw was snow. I didn't see any, I was just like, wait, it's way too clear to be... It's way too clear to be a blizzard. It's like, no, it's just windy. Okay, how we doing? 44 hours remaining. Oh, man. You gotta sleep for... It's cold. 2 arrows down. It's not bad. Wynneth, how's it going, man? I'm just kind of trying to survive. We just recently got ourselves out of a very crappy situation. I mean, we got attacked by 2 wolves, and you know, you know how they are. They like to attack when you're down, because I've got the broken ribs because of the moose encounter that we had to deal with. Currently waiting for our bearskin to finish curing so that we can replace our bearskin bedroll that got destroyed. And we're also waiting for the moose hide to finish curing also so we can make the additional bag space. I got another something or other. What is BitBoss doing? I don't know. Usually alerts are supposed to come up. That's why I keep on looking in chat. It's like, is someone giving me bits? Things are going well then, yes. Things are going pretty well. We've been, at least when it comes to wolf encounters, we've kept them to a minimum. Okay. Come on. Attack the rabbit. Attack the rabbit, please. Nope. You're gonna go after me. Okay, that's fine. Oh, you son of a... Jerk. My God. They respawned. Well, at least we didn't get any bleeds. Got a sprained wrist, though. Okay. I'm just gonna back off, because we have a sprained wrist, and we have no means of getting rid of it. So, get back to the cave. Can't sprint. We didn't get hit that much, so we still got plenty of health left, but I don't want to get any more of our health gone. Just kind of going backwards here. Ah, the wind. Jerk. Had to be a sprained wrist, didn't it? At times like these, I know that the game's trying to kill me. Like, you have survived long enough. I'm like, no. No. Just keeping an eye on him. Going backward, looking back. Keeping an eye on him. Making sure that we stay far enough away from him where he doesn't full-blown attack us. 2 of them. Okay, we good. They all respawned. Shit. I just need to get back to my cave and get my, I just need to get my sprained wrist taken care of. That's what I'm trying to get back here to do. The downside is that I'm kind of backing myself into a corner, but if I kill one of them, the rest will run off. Usually. Pills. I need the pills. Give me pills. They're right there. The killers. This, that, this, that. This is when I prefer having a sprained ankle than a sprained wrist. Okay, where's the wolf? Where'd you go, wolf? I know you're still following me. It's also cold. Doing this very cautiously right now. Yeah, no, you get cold. Pretty much today, the wolves have not been being very vocal today. That's why I'm being cautious. Because usually, when they're about to growl at you, they'll bark first, if you've gotten too close. And then they'll start growling and slowly approaching. Like that. There we go. Better. No, not behind the tree. Not behind the tree. There. Gotcha. It bounced off. That's hilarious. Nice. That's one wolf. Killed a rabbit too. Okay, there's still 2 more wolves out there. Until they're all dead, there's still a problem. Yeah. Okay. Well, before I was rudely interrupted, I was going to make my way to Grandma's house and be in there. But the wolf the 3 wolves decided to, not the 3 little pigs, these are the 3 wolves. It's a completely different story. Before they came along, apparently enough days went by to where they respawned. So, they don't have any scent on me. But apparently the wind was just right. Because I had a perfect angle to where they could smell me. Either that or they were moving into town and I happened to come in at the same time as them. Knew it. I was just like, wait a minute. Where'd they go? Okay, you jerk. I'm not being very efficient with my arrows, but really right now I don't care. Okay, he's gonna bleed out. One of the arrows stuck to him. So we'll find our arrow later. I'm just going to go into this slowly here. This is one of the reasons why I'm starting to want to get out of here. That's why once we get the broken ribs taken care of, and we've also gotten that satchel made, we're getting out of here. We're getting out of the mountain town area. Because everything's so close together. It's very hard to not see the wolves. Well, it's really hard to avoid the wolves. Super elite bow. Right? Yeah. There's a third one here. I'm just trying to figure out where the third one is. There's a third wolf around here somewhere. The good thing is that our health is at a pretty good spot to where even if we get attacked again, it's not going to be a huge loss in health. There's a dead body there. Is that our wolf friend who just died, maybe? Ran off in this direction. I kind of liked Far Cry crafting, but at the end, just kind of useless. Yeah. Yeah, there is crafting in this game, but a lot of the things that you craft is just to make your life easier. You know, you could survive the game off of just what you find, but the stuff that you craft in this game is designed to try and increase your odds of survival. It's not. Is it? Where is my arrow? Is it on him? It might not be on him. Okay. If it's not you, where's my arrow? Where's my kill with the arrow? There's the wolf. Trying to figure out where my arrow went. Because I know it's stuck to him. Just kind of trying to figure out where he ran off to. When you entered indoors, he might have dropped it. Might have. Didn't exactly enter indoors, but I just kind of approached the door. Maybe that was not the wolf I shot. Hey, there's a rope over here. Oh, this is... Yeah, this is... Oh, okay. This is the other side of the rope. Okay. Yeah, maybe it is the wrong wolf. That's why I was thinking. I'm just as lost as... I'm just as lost. I'm just like, okay, where did he run off to? And so I'm going between the house and the cliff here, so... He ran off in this direction somewhere. Oh, this is just to find my arrow. This is the things you have to deal with when it comes to bows and arrows in this game. We won't know for sure until the next day, because his body will be here, and we just have to figure out where his body lies right now. And we'll know that for sure once the crows are circling over his head. Yeah, because I do believe this is probably a different guy. This is a different wolf we killed. Wonder how far he ran. He probably ran quite a distance before he lost blood and fell over. Just need more arrowheads. Yeah. Yeah, currently right now our stock on arrows, on our arrowheads, are currently on our main base. They're not in this region. So we're gonna have to get, in order to be able to get more arrowheads, we're gonna either have to get ourselves to a forge and make new ones, or get ourselves back to Timberwolf Mountain, to our cabin up there. We'll just wait until tomorrow. Get ourselves to the cabin where we have 5 arrows kind of just hanging out. The town of Milton. Yeah, let's get back into Grandma's house and we'll sleep through the night here. Or at least hang out. I usually like to keep around 10 arrows on me, but due to loss of, due to the loss of certain arrows, we've run low, but not low enough to where it becomes a huge issue. It's just inconvenient, really. I never expected to be in Milton for very long anyway, but the broken ribs have kind of caused us to be here a little bit longer than expected, which isn't a big deal. We still got like 40 days left before day 400 when we have to start preparing for the trip up the mountain. So we've still got time to burn, and it's only going to take us maybe like 1, maybe 2 days to get back to the Timberwolf area. Yeah, it's like that. It is the Long Dark is definitely like that. It's plans don't exactly work out. I just pass through there, and you stay there 10 days. Yeah. Yeah, we've been pretty much we've already gone through the entire area. We found all the supplies that we can muster. We got all the way past the bear at the bridge. Got to the very starting area, the very first area you're in during the campaign. We got all the way back there. We didn't find really much of anything. We found like a box of matches. That's pretty much it. So 0 to nothing. But we got to see it. You know, sat there, went, eh, pretty cool, and then moved on. Cured gut. Nice. So let's see here. How are we doing? Okay, we need 6. So let's see here. 1,
Could end
2,
up being useful.
3, 4, 5, 6. Just enough. Okay. Just enough. Drop. Drop, 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 drop. Just enough cured gut to replace our bedroll. Nice. Nice, nice, very nice. Okay, 44 hours. Let's just... We're pretty good on supplies, so we're gonna just scream through these hours. Get ourselves to nighttime. Get some water, grab some water. Okay, let's eat something. Currently right now all of our supplies are split in between two areas. Grandma's house, this house, and the cave. That's really right now where our supplies are centralized in this region. Most of our supplies, the bulk of our supplies, is currently over in Timberwolf Mountain, but in that cabin by the lake. That's where the majority of our supplies are. And the hope is that we can survive long enough here and get the buff to go away so we can actually climb down the rope. There's a rope that I believe goes to the Forlorn Mustang area, and we're going to be going down that way. And then we'll go through Mystery Lake, through the dam, through Pleasant Valley, all the way up to Timberwolf Mountain. It's gonna be a long trek, but it's kind of something we're gonna have to do. Okay, we're almost to nighttime. But the good thing is that we've made progress. We've taken out a moose for the first time. That would be a longer way, don't you think? Yes, it would be. The reason I'm going through Forlorn Mustang is mostly because I want to know what's down that rope. You know, there's a rope on the southern edge of Mountain Town that goes down one level, goes to a cave. I want to see what's in the cave, and then goes down another level. I just want to know what's down there. Yes, I'm learning this entire zone. I've gotten the majority of it. The only place I have not gone down is that rope in the southern edge near the farm. That's the only place I haven't been yet, and I didn't want to go down it before because it might be a one-way trip. It might be a one-way down. because the rope looked really, really long. And the last time I went down a rope without being prepared to go back up, I nearly died. Yeah, the ravine. The ravine, which is the longest rope in the game. So I'm gonna go down this rope and see where it goes and have the supplies to be able to stay down there, sleep, and then come back up using one of the emergency stims to get back up. And probably have to sleep in the cave once. That's why I'm also trying to get my bearskin bedroll back, because it had gotten ruined because apparently I used it one too many times and it was gone. So we're doing a lot of recouping right now. Yeah, fun times, fun times. But we're trying to recoup everything we lost, get ourselves stabilized again, get ourselves, get all of our afflictions taken off before we go and make that attempt. If we go down that rope and it does go to Forlorn, then great. Then we're like, whew, okay. We only have to go down, which doesn't take much energy. Just go down the rope and then continue on. If it's a dead end, if it just goes to somewhere and we have to make our way back up, then we'll have the supplies to stay down there for a little while and then go back up the rope and probably sleep in the cave that's halfway up and then go up again. That's the plan. I'm trying to prepare for the possibility of pulling in on the ravine again. So I'm preparing for the possibility of having a rope that I have to use an energy stim to get up. If not, then great. If I've over prepared is not a bad thing in this game. Being overly prepared is not bad. But first things first is just getting our bedroll back and getting this affliction gone. That's first on the priority list. And we're 28 hours away, so that's 3 more nights. 3 more nights we have to sleep through, and then it's gone. Yeah, the broken ribs are. It's one hell of a inconvenience. It's definitely an inconvenience. Do this. It's just wait 3 hours, sleep 3 hours. Wait, does passing time work too? Just laying down, passing time? It does, okay. Okay. So if we're in a bed at all, the amount of time either sleeping or just passing time counts. That's good to know. Oh wow, 0 liters. Drank 0 liters. How does that work? Apparently there's like a couple drops in there maybe. Okay. Let's see here. Wow, the axe is still here, hasn't disappeared yet? What the hell? Okay, so we're gonna go out. We're gonna do some searching. See if we can find our kill. Oh, Foggy Day. Yeah, that's the one that we already looked at. Is he over here? You're new. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Quarter him up. That might pop out our arrow. Okay, I guess so. Nope. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, man. That hurts. Okay. You believe this probably was him. Okay. We got one of our arrows eaten. I'm just double checking here. Yeah. Crap. Oh, that's horrible. Okay, so down an arrow. Okay, well, we still got plenty of arrows, but that's sad. Holy crap. Hi there, jerk. And here is right there. Come on, there we go. Another reason why we need to get out of here. We don't have forge here, so we can't make more arrows. Well, we can't make more arrowheads to replace ones that disappear like that. As long as they break, we can replace them. We've got plenty of saplings remaining here, so we can hang out for a little bit longer. And we got plenty of food, so that's not a problem. The only problem we have is the lack of bullets and the lack of arrows that... the lack of arrowheads. And we didn't find any while we were here, so... you know. Which, at this point, I almost prefer finding arrows, pre-made arrows, than bullets right now. Need to go and get food, restock on food. Go back up to the cave. Right now, we're just kind of waiting for pelts to cure and affliction to go away. This particular zone is really not that big, so there's not really much to explore. I mean, it's a very small area. It's a pretty small region compared to the other regions, especially areas like the Forlorn or Pleasant Valley. This is a very small zone. In fact, I think Timberwolf Mountain is bigger than this zone. And Timberwolf Mountain is pretty small. Either that or these zones are the same size. And there's that one wolf that we killed up here. We gather up the feathers as we go. Back to the cave. Check on both of our hides. See if they're finished. Hopefully the bear skin is finished, because that one's been there longer. The moose is probably going to take a while longer. Okay, do you have a third one? Ah, that's one. Might be a fourth one. Nope, no fourth one. Nope. Grab. Oh, wait. Yeah, it looks like we're getting low on meat. That's good. It's actually pretty good. It means I'm not going to be wasting a whole bunch of meat by leaving. 82. Getting close. 71. Also getting close. Let's see here. How are we doing on here? Probably harvest that. I think we're down to 2 arrowheads. Yeah, we got 2 arrowheads. We got 4 arrows. So we probably want to go and take care of that. Probably gonna have to go to the farmhouse and replace our arrows. Replace the ones that got damaged or destroyed, ruined. There we go.
Drop.
There. I just wanted to separate that out. Then once we get ourselves, as soon as we get to the point where we've dealt with the afflictions, we're gonna have to go through all of our gear to figure out what we're bringing, what we're keeping here, and then we're gonna go down that rope. But let's go replace. Let's go make some arrows. We're probably gonna have to fight through some wolves along the way. Because I do believe they've all respawned. Looks like they all respawned. Which is annoying. This is why I prefer Pleasant Valley area. It's very easy to avoid the wolves there. The zone here is just way too close quarters. Especially when you're trying to avoid wolves. Yeah, let's just keep going. Oh, well, wind's picking up. Just as I'm trying to go down south. Yeah. Thanks, game. Thanks for being a bro. Thanks a lot. I'll wait for my calories to drop a little bit lower before I eat one of the bear flanks. Bear steaks. The rustling of the trees just sound like wolves. You know? Freaks me out. They're like, what is this? What's going on? The town of Milton. Milton Post Office. Milton Credit Union. Gee, I wonder what the name of the town is. Where I check the cars, check the houses. Pretty much checked everything. Okay, I think enough has gone by. Eat that. Look to see. I feel like I see movement down there. Or it could just be my eyes playing tricks on me. I'm gonna prepare for the possibility that there are wolves down there again. And we have to clear it out before we can get to the workbench. I'm just glad that there's not multiple bears in this zone. I'm glad there's just one. I mean, this area is so small that multiple bears would just be ridiculous. It would be so many bears, so close together. Okay, looking for movement. I'm also trying to listen for barks and growls. Okay. Doesn't seem to be a lot here. That's good. Not seeing anything. Yeah, no wolves. We're good. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Oh! I see a wolf. There's a wolf here. Right over there. Right straight ahead. Now if it's the one wolf, or is it multiple wolves? That's the question. I don't want to be in the snowdrifts with the wolf. Because they attack based off of proximity. So the closer you are to a wolf, sets them off. We need you to be gone so we can place our arrows, please. Thank you. Grab you. Grab your arrow. Come on. Aim. Charge you with an arrow. I hate how these arrows end up sometimes. Come on. Somewhere. Shot you somewhere. Where are you? Really, game? Oh, there. Okay, we're fine, so. Let's try this again. Okay, game, this is not funny, okay? What is it about today and these wolves eating my arrows? This is... crap. This is messed up. I might as well be firing bullets because one-time use. Come on now. Something's not right. Something is very wrong right now. Yeah, something's wrong. They shouldn't be despawning like that. They either have to be broken or lodged in your kill. That's the way it's supposed to go. Not shoot it and then it disappears. It's not how it's supposed to go. Usually when you quarter it up, the arrow will just all of a sudden pop out and go bloop, and off into a direction, and then you go find it and pick it up. I didn't see it bounce off. It just lodged right into him. Where'd it go? I'm confused. I'm extremely confused. That is just weird. That has never happened to me twice in a row. Usually it'll like happen once in a while. You'll hit a target and all of a sudden it will just disappear for no reason whatsoever. or it will bounce off and then it'll roll off somewhere and then you lose track of it. But it would always stay in the world somewhere. Well, we're down another arrow. God, that's horrible. Okay, well, how many arrows do we have currently right now? 5. We have 5 arrows. It's half of what I want. I'm hoping that I stumble across another arrow or something. Shoot. Well, if anything, it's the end of the stream anyway. Hopefully tomorrow the game will be a little bit more cooperative and not have me lose all of my arrows for dumb reasons. Because that's, I mean, it's completely good, you know, what's happening with them disappearing like that, it's no different than if you were shooting a gun. You shoot the bullet, it's gone forever. What the last 2 wolves I've shot, pretty much the arrow just disappears. Makes no sense. Okay, let's wait. I wanted to just get it to daytime. Before I move on here. I'm not quite sure if anyone else has had this same problem with the game where your arrows just disappear like that after killing something. Come on. Nope, not like that. No, not like that. There we go. Pass some time. Get daytime. So we can get a save. There we go. And then I'll sleep for another hour. Just so that we have full energy. And a save point. Okay. 364 days, 19 hours, 10 minutes. That's pretty good. We've gotten to a year. We've gotten to nearly 365 days. Still alive. Just gonna go and check. See if the arrow has reappeared. Yeah, it hasn't exactly rolled off. Oh, wait! It did bounce off. Sweet. Okay, we've regained an arrow. Oh, thank God. Okay. I feel better now. Decided to go into the green grass. Unfortunately. Yeah, we're back up to 6 arrows. Still pretty low for the amount of arrows you want to have carrying on you, but it's an extra arrow that gives us a little bit of leeway. I really wish this house had arrows in it, you know? A bow and arrow on the couch or something. Okay, oh well. Well, we're gonna, now that I found it, do this real quick. Wait. Wait, just to get a save point. There we go. Okay, thank you all for hanging out with me. If you have not done so, please hit the follow button on your way out. I stream Tuesday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 11. So I stream until I go off to work. And I also stream Saturdays from 1 p.m. to 5. So tomorrow I'm going to be streaming World of Warships. So if you would like to hang out or play a couple of games with me, you're more than welcome to. I'm pretty much working on cruisers, getting them up to tier 5. So you're more than welcome to come and hang out on those days. I'm going to be playing pretty much whatever music, so the VOD will be muted on those days. So sorry for those who actually watch my VODs. But Long Dark will never be muted because I'll be playing music in the background of stuff that are VOD safe. So anyway, hope to see you tomorrow. Don't forget to follow. Latest.